Hello everyone, friends, Kus here, and finally I saw the Gran Turismo that I started playing 5 years ago. Lately, the races in Gran Turismo 7 have been getting worse and worse. But this week is something incredible. Today you'll see two crazy races on one of the most difficult and dangerous tracks, Gran Panorama, also known as the Mountain. If you enjoy my content, please support me with a like. Well, let's get started. And we'll start with the fact that, as usual, I couldn't manage a proper qualifying lap and I'm starting from the very back. But the upside for variety is that we're starting from a standstill, not a rolling start like usual. That's why the starts are pretty wild, and when you're all the way at the back, your only goal is just to survive. He spun me himself. Oh, come on. And the first thing we do is turn off the traction control system, which helped us avoid wheel spin at the start, and move the brake balance as far back as possible to save the front tires, which wear out really quickly here. We top all that off with the tasty apple. The second corner on this track is even more dangerous than the first at the start. That's why I try to stay close to the inside and don't rush. But as I approach the third corner, I end up on the outside of the track, and that's when things start to get risky. But fortunately, we had a good opponent who left us enough space, though he scraped the wall and slowed down a lot because of it. There's a really huge difference between the rankings, of course. Here, people genuinely pay close attention, take a moment to look around, and actually leave you plenty of personal space, giving you room to breathe, you know. I even feel like maybe I didn't leave enough room for the person on the inside, so that's why he... And now we're approaching a series of turns that people commonly call the intestine. This is the most dangerous part of the track, but you'll see everything for yourself in a moment. Almost all the challenges of the first lap are behind us. There's a long straight ahead, and we can relax a little. So, in summary, let's sum it all up, just to be clear. We've just gained 8 positions so far and eaten 1 apple. Thoughts? The tour of the Mount Panorama track has come to an end, and on the first lap I really looked great, explaining how to drive, where to stay. But in reality it was just plain luck. I just got really lucky. Guys, as I usually say, we're taking it a little more easy and relaxed on the lights. And it seems like it's time to tell you about our car. We're driving a Mazda, a front-wheel drive Mazda in Group 4. And that's what I really liked about this race, because in this race you can only use front-wheel drive cars. So, in regular Group 4 races, I've never seen this Mazda before. But in this race, it ended up at the top. Honestly, I didn't even know that Mazda had front-wheel drive cars in Group 4. I was staring at them. Seems I wasn't so lucky. I thought I was getting too lucky in this race. Too much. I thought, are these two really going to crash right now and I'll just pass them with no problem? No, this time my luck ran out and the real fight began. And as you noticed, the luck has come to an end. If before the Brit was 2 seconds behind us, now he's breathing down our necks and has become a real pain in the ass. But without any modesty, I can tell you that up ahead is a series of turns, also known as the snake. And I go through this section very quickly. Before entering the long straight, it's very important to get a good, clean exit.
Exactly what I do.
Plus, there's a slipstream from the Czech driver. And on top of that, we have another opponent ahead who's about to serve a penalty. And that's a great opportunity to gain another position. Now, with this exit, we'll probably get past him, no?
Yeah, probably. Come on then.
By the way, he started from pole position.
What a jerk you are!
Well, you saw I was going to be there. You know, honestly, it was just a little bit of a clever and sneaky move, widening out just a bit more, and then moving over under braking too, man.
Right into me.
Yeah, as you may have noticed, I'm more aggressive in the race than when I'm commentating on videos. We start the third lap side by side with our compatriot, and we would have lost quite a bit of time here if we had started fighting. Plus, there's a Brit behind us who could have taken advantage of that. So our friend makes the only right decision and helps us with a bump draft. And once again, we end up behind the Czech driver who uses some dirty tricks to defend. I don't know whether you believe in karma or not, but sometimes it seems to me that it exists because he carries too much speed into this corner. He started braking too late, and it's easy for us to make the overtake. And we're lucky again, because just look at the crowd behind us. There's going to be some fierce fighting back there. And we can calmly pull away from them and drive at our own pace.
They are in a sleepover.
Now I'm going to watch, what the leaders are going to do. We're getting closer and closer, and third place is heading into the pits. And now is the perfect time to tell you about the conditions for this race. Over 9 laps, you have to make 1 mandatory pit stop. At the same time, you can choose to change tires or not. It wasn't for nothing that I shifted the brake balance as far back as possible at the very start of the race, because I want to complete this race on a single set of tires. I need to catch up, I need to get into the slipstream, then it'll make a difference. At the same time, many drivers and people make a pit stop after the 3rd or 4th lap, somewhere in the middle of the race, and change tires, losing about 5 seconds on the tire change. And that time can easily be made up thanks to a faster pace. Plus, you won't have to suffer on a worn-out set at the end of the race. But this strategy also has its downsides, because not everyone pits in the middle of the race, not everyone changes tires, so there's a high chance you'll come out of the pit lane right into traffic. Right now, I'm pushing as hard as I can to get as close as possible to 2nd place and get into the slipstream. That way on the straights, I'll be able to get even closer and either make an overtake or at least put up a fight much more easily.
Just a little more.
So the goal for the next lap is to get into his slipstream.
And I tried my very best to do it. And in the end, I succeeded. So much so that I even set the fastest lap in this race. Now we have a big advantage on the straight, and even if he manages to pull away from us somewhere in the corners, on the next long straight, we'll catch up to him as well. Got in. That's it. I'm in. But I don't remember if I told you or not how brilliantly I take the chicane, so by the exit I was as close as possible. And here's a little life hack for you. When you're in the slipstream, shift up to 6th gear earlier, and when our opponent shifts, that's when we'll make the overtake. And now you're gonna shift into 6th and mess up. Just like that. But this Brit is a seasoned pro. He's got a couple of tricks up his sleeve too. And even though he takes his position back, he heads into the pits and changes his tires, pulling off an undercut. But he has no idea that I have no intention of changing my tires. And our next target is the leader, who is 5 seconds ahead. And that's quite a lot, considering we only have 4 laps left. Honestly, I didn't expect to catch up to him in this race, but I still tried to claw back at least a little time each lap without slowing down. Well, I managed to gain about half a second on him, on the leader. If I keep gaining half a second each lap, it's kind of, I also need to learn how to enter the pits quickly here. And speaking of entering the pit lane, the leader is about to go into the pits, but the entry here isn't the easiest. You have to brake at the right moment, otherwise there's a good chance you'll overshoot it, which is exactly what the leader does. What's more, for some reason, he decided to change tires. Come on! We only have 3 laps left to go. You drove 6 laps on a worn set, and now, with just 3 laps left, you decide to change them. Well, that's a strange decision. But the worst part for him is that he gets a 4-second penalty for crossing the line at the pit entry. If it weren't for that penalty, he would have ended up right next to us. But because of the penalty, the rivals behind him, whom he was so afraid of, catch up to him. That's exactly why I think he pitted after the 6th lap. So late. The fastest lap was taken, but I think that's 5th place. Those guys are probably changing tires. Those are the ones who pitted on the 5th lap after the 4th. With fresh tires here, you can do a 312 or even a 311, probably. But most likely, we'll just come out in 2nd place again, right behind the leader, just like when we went in. Of course, I don't know the whole situation in the race, what happened with 1st place. Oh, damn. It's fine. I built up a good gap there. I pulled away from 2nd place by 2 or 3 seconds. Now I have a 16-second lead, and this is our last chance to make the mandatory pit stop, since the final lap is ahead of us. Knock on wood! So 16 and 5. I don't know how long a pit stop takes here, but I think it's about 16 seconds if you don't change tires. But something tells me I might come out first anyway. Or not? Well, fuck, where are you? Shit! So 1st place didn't even go into the pits. Fucking rookie, right? Because 1st place is already on the 4th lap. Ha ha ha. There you go, that's how it turns out. A comfortable 4-second lead. I don't know what could ruin this race. Nothing. That's it. Haters. Suck it! Well, sorry, a lot of people in the chat were waiting for me to screw up. Who's under the pussy? No, not 3rd. I think you'll be 4th. I didn't see you on the podium. Yeah, fucked. Tagalongs. Honestly, I'm not even trying hard right now. I'm not taking any risks at all. I'm just driving carefully. And I think 2nd place is the same way. The guy in 2nd place, I think, isn't really... He's not speeding up much either. He's driving. He sees that 3 seconds is a lot, so he's not in a hurry either. That's it. All right then. Well, we've finished Gran Turismo, so I think now we can go race in Race A. The first race was that dynamic, but still, a lot of it comes down to luck here. Even if you look at the last part of the race, who could have guessed that the guy in 1st place would change tires, cross the pit lane line, get a 4-second penalty, and end up in such a mess? I want to apologize in advance before the start of the second race because I didn't have enough space on the console to save the replay, so there won't be any beautiful angles from external cameras. But maybe some of you will actually like this format even more. In any case, let me know in the comments which view you prefer, with replays or without. I'm definitely going to crash, but I liked it. Today I'm not raging. This week is just, these races are good, especially compared to what happened at Laguna. Although I did miss Laguna, this is really top-notch. In the second race, we're starting from 8th position, because I managed to improve my qualifying a bit. It took a while. I reacted quietly. Easy, we'll survive a couple of bumps. And in Gran Turismo, I never liked rolling starts because they're completely automatic. But with a standing start in manual mode, you can mess up. Everything releases perfectly. He didn't hold back, he just let go. Since these races are online, sometimes there are some lags. And so I got hit by one of those lags, but luckily, everything turned out as well as possible for me. Damn lags. Shit. Come on. Nice. Got lucky. And even though the Mazda is at the top here, some people sometimes pick the Volkswagen Scirocco, which has a really good launch. Oh, and he slowed everyone down over there too. That Scirocco really played right into our hands. Look, his mistake. There's a jam over there. Damn, I need to drink something. Something to cleanse the intestines. Ta-ta-tam, a blockage at the exit of the gut. You need to eat prunes. By the end of the first lap, we remain in the leading group. That's it, we're in the top 5 and right in this group, and starting from 7th place, the top 6. And from 7th place, you see, they're lagging behind a bit. Good, that's all. Let's hold our position here. The pole keeps messing up here. Go to the pit. During the race, I didn't quite understand what happened, but here in slow motion you can see how the 3rd place car skids and the 4th and 5th try to get around it. As a result, they all just crash into each other. Oh. Something else happened. You shouldn't let the leader get away. The leader has rushed off somewhere. Meanwhile, I'm trying to bump draft the pole because the leader is getting farther and farther away while we're fighting here. What? What are you doing, huh? What are you doing? But it's all nonsense anyway. You know why it's all nonsense? Because the leader just took off. While we're here continuing to fight with each other, we need to somehow... Ooh! What about you? What? Well? Oh. This is a chance. You shouldn't have stayed here. But you're not going to push me out, right? Oh, thank you. Oh, well done. That was respectful. You left me some space, look at that. I went as wide as I possibly could, and honestly, somewhere in my subconscious, I was actually already just bracing for a hit to the side, but... Ouch! He stayed there. He stayed as far inside as possible, and we went our separate ways. And the pole remembered that last time I didn't attack him here, so he decided to return the favor. Now there might be a chance to counterattack. Or not. Good head, guy. And here's a clear example of what a bad exit from the chicane can cost you. Oh, that mistake could really cost you dearly, man. That's it. You got caught. And honestly, I was really worried there would be a counterattack like in the last race. But there was something I didn't take into account. Ah, bastards. Why did you throw that at me? Damn it! They all went into the pits. They're probably going to change their tires. I didn't expect the entire leading group to head into the pits and change their tires. But you and I know which strategy is the winning one. We'll do everything just like in the last race. We won't change tires, we'll hold on until the end, and we'll come out first again on the final lap. Oh! I almost kissed that wall. Oh fuck, this is so hard. And every lap feels like the last one. I'm completely soaked, and I have no idea what's gonna happen at the end. I have no clue because they went in and changed their tires. I won't change it anymore. It's too late now. Cedric is 14 seconds behind. That's not enough. It needs to be 16. And he's on fresh tires. I think he pitted after the 4th lap. He probably changed them earlier. Yeah, the gap is just melting away. Look how 14 turned into 12 and 8. He's flying on fresh tires. Most likely, he's going to set the best lap now too. Whether it was a mistake to change or not to change, we'll only find out at the end. Right now, it's too early to say if it was a mistake or not. Well, Cedric damn wizard, seriously. There's no point in having any illusions here. 12.5 now. He's already set the best lap, basically. I'm telling you, he's flying like a madman. All right, then. Fine. There were never any illusions about first place anyway. It was clear from the pace. It was obvious that he was most likely going to take first. I'm interested in second and third place. Yeah, that's the second half of the pack. Or rather, I'm interested starting from second place, because they're further ahead than Cedric, plus it looks like they've got some kind of rivalry brewing among themselves. Of course, I chose a safe strategy. There wasn't much action for you in the second half of the race. But that's okay, we need the result, right? Let's take a look at the result. But I think I should have gone with everyone else, because my pace drops when I'm driving without a slipstream. And now, on the penultimate lap, it's time to make our pit stop. And the most interesting part is, where exactly will I really come out after the mandatory pit stop? The one that everyone has to make. It really would be quite a shame if I were to end up right in the thick of things now. So I'm definitely, without a doubt, absolutely letting Cedric through. However, if I somehow end up somewhere around 4th or 5th place, right in the middle of all that mess and chaos, right in the heart of it all, that would honestly be a complete and utter disaster. And that's probably exactly what's going to happen. Damn, that was the wrong move. I should have pitted with everyone else to change tires. I think I screwed up. Oh la la! Alright, not that far behind after all. Shit, no, I can't squeeze in. I can't, damn. Way too aggressive. Especially with the impulse. Even if I made it to second, the 3rd place guy would have overtaken me. And the worst happened. Not only did I come out behind them, but also on a ruined set of tires. Oh damn, that's rough. All right. The tires have zero grip at all. Oh, damn. They're just done for. They just won't turn at all. I turned the wheel and it just went straight ahead like that. But damn, that was a mistake. I should have changed the tires. Theirs are obviously most likely fresher, and mine are just done. The car won't turn at all. And of course, it was silly to think that the same strategy would work twice in a row. But maybe, if I had a slightly faster pace, those two would have come out behind me and fought each other back there. And I would have kept second place. These are extreme measures, but I was still satisfied with the race. And I sincerely hope you enjoyed this video too, and will kindly give me a like for it. Thank you. The strategy was without a doubt wrong. I should have gone to the pits with everyone else. I made a mistake. I probably wouldn't have won, but I could have fought for a podium. I did fight, but it would have been much easier for me if my tires had been fresher. Because what's really the point, I drove half the race completely alone. Honestly, I wasn't really fighting at all, but I was still losing a hell of a lot of time. There was absolutely no slipstream. The tires were totally worn out, and in this case, yes, I should have changed to new tires. But we fought really well, really cleanly. No dirty tricks, knock on wood, at all. And that's mainly because it's Group 4, you know, well, front-wheel drive. I honestly don't know if that actually made a difference or not, but what an absolutely incredible battle we had here, to be honest. Everything is just completely different. This isn't a blown-out Laguna.